going on, guys? Today is day 3 or 4 of hammering. I think it's like 3.5 because the first day was only like half a day. Once I got it here and stuff, I was only able to do actually not really even half a day, like a 3/4 of a day. But so we'll call it day 3. Rained last night pretty significantly, and that's our hole this morning. Fun. So I hammered the floor of the septic tank out yesterday before I left. I didn't take it out because I figured I have more hammering to do this morning, so I didn't switch my bucket yet. But I'm gonna hammer some more this morning, and then I'm gonna get my bucket on and just bail out some of that water out of there. That's how I've been taking that water out of here anyways, with the bucket, and it's been working out pretty good so far. So at some point I'll get my pump here, but right now just do it with the bucket. So yeah, hopefully we'll get this pretty much wrapped up today as far as digging goes. We got a town meeting tonight to discuss how to move forward with this well line, which is actually more of it gotten exposed since then, which is right there with the wire. Yeah, this 3-day job has turned into a 3-week job pretty quick here, so just trying to push through this, get it done, and move on to the next one. So we're gonna start this morning by hammering, and yeah, see what we can do. guys. End of day 3, I think. Hammering. A little bit further today. Got some of that more stockpile. We got a big section of that out. Mostly just got the bottom part hammered. But this is really slow going. I do not like this, but it's a really dangerous hole. Drops in over there. And now with that piece of thick tank gone, it's not shored up too much anymore. So yeah, this is tough. It's gonna be just slow and steady. This wall right here is giving me a hell of a time trying to get that out because I can't get granite to hammer it out. And yeah, so I don't know what I'm gonna do there, but that's tomorrow's issue. So we are out of here for today and be back tomorrow. I'm gonna bring a pump with me tomorrow, and probably just start leaving it hooked up overnight. I'm gonna go buy a 2-inch electric pump so we can, every time it gets to a certain level, or just gonna kind of keep running all night. That way we don't have to pump this out every morning. So yeah, but that's it for today. We'll see you guys tomorrow. What's going on, everybody? Today is Thursday. I believe this is the 4th day trying to get this tank out of the ground. Had the meeting yesterday after work, so I had to leave out of here a little early, go to that meeting. So basically what they decided on was we have to move that water line as close to the deck as we can at a certain point, the point that it gets close, and catch it somewhere in the driveway, reroute it, and then basically connect the 2 points, moving everything as far over as we can to that deck, including the well line and the well electric line. With that being said, the pipe leaving the house is schedule 35. That has to be schedule 40. So that's gonna suck. They want me to change that out, make it schedule 40, so I'm gonna have to hand dig underneath that deck and replace that. So yeah, definitely some change orders that are coming their way. I don't know if they're gonna be too happy about it, but it is what it is. I have to call them this morning, let them know what the update is, and keep chugging along. So we'll be back with you guys in a minute.
Alright, so what's the news?
So they decided at the meeting yesterday that the well line has to be moved as close to the deck as we can get it. So there is possibilities that they're going to make us reroute it and go through the inside with it to get that 10 feet. But they said as long as you can get it over like 4 feet, we'll be happy with that. So it's going to be a little bit of work there, but that was definitely the best alternative as far as price point goes, because if we had to move it, if we had to reroute it to the inside, it would have been a completely different ball game. It would have been a huge headache. Because yeah, we were talking about, the town was talking about possibly either running it under the deck, which would have been a big expense, and I met with the well guy too, and he said that would have been a big expense, or the most money would have been if they made us go through that foundation behind the wall in the bedroom there, and then reroute it to the other side of the house. So
Does that mean that's, gosh,
yeah,
so
we're glad that they're gonna work with us and let us move it over 4 feet. However, the problem of the sewer line that leaves the house that goes into the septic tank is schedule 35. It's not supposed to be schedule 35, it has to be schedule 40. So they are going to make us dig underneath the deck to replace that to schedule 40. So we are going to have to do that. Hopefully the whole thing isn't schedule 35, but I'm going to anticipate that it is and basically tackle it like it is, and then we'll figure the rest out later. But yeah, and then they said as far as the footprint of the exact location of the tank, because I don't know if you recall from last meeting, they were pretty keen on having it be exactly where it was before. They said that, you know, if it's within a foot or a few inches, you know, and is a little bit closer to that fence line on your neighbor's side there, they said that's probably not the worst thing to happen. just to kind of get a little bit more distance out of that well line, so we can kind of fudge it, for lack of better terms, closer to that fence as we can, which is good. Yeah, so.
All right. So this you have to bring in a well guy on this thing as well.
Yeah, the well guy's gonna have to reroute that well line over more, instead of, because right now it kind of arches out. We're gonna basically do as straight as a line as possible, hugging that deck, which the well guy said is no problem. He said he can do a fix that he would do at his own house, and he feels comfortable with. And I've worked with these guys before, so they're good people.
Okay.
And then.
So who's going to do the line from the septic tank to the house that needs to be upgraded?
I'm gonna have to.
He does that?
No, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to go in there and hand dig, so that's gonna be an additional cost too. That's gonna be some money, because that's not gonna be an easy job. The well line's definitely easier than doing that. It's gonna be a headache. So I gotta figure out some numbers.
That old tank. What are you doing with it? You pulling it out of there, or you breaking it up, or what the hell goes on with that?
Yeah, I'm breaking it best I can. There's a lot of rebar, so I'm pulling the rebar out. I got some chunks here sitting in the driveway that are big. I'm gonna have to haul some of it out, but I think a majority of it I'm just gonna try to break up and just use as backfill for when we backfill it. But it's all in the dirt pile now. I'm gonna have to sift through it, because there's just nowhere to put dirt and sort everything. So I just gotta. It's real tight here. I just gotta kind of throw it all in a pile and figure it out later.
Okay.
All right, that went better than I thought. Yeah, nothing we can really do at this point besides get it done. So get to it. Yep, this is the hole this morning. You can see how buried that ladder is. It rained again yesterday. For some reason, all this water from here is cutting into here, going into there. It cut from here, went to there. I mean, I don't know why all the runoff is ending in here, especially over here. I mean, this is a little bit higher, but it's not higher to the point where all the water should be rushing to here, especially with those trees there. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but thank God I brought my pump with me this morning. Not doing like I did yesterday. Screw that. It's gonna take too much time. Brought my 2-inch trash pump with me. So we're gonna hook that up this morning and pump out that hole. It'll pump it out quick, but it still sucks. It's supposed to rain Monday too. I got the tank coming on Wednesday, so hopefully if I stone it next week, we won't have this. And if we do, hopefully we'll be able to get it to where the stone's not getting all pumpy and silted up. Always something. But it is what it is. For some reason too, all this fell in. This bank right here fell in. I was able to get up to that pile yesterday, and that whole thing rolled in. So definitely going to be some reconstructing going on here. Anyways, that's what's going on. We will pick up with you guys in a bit. Brown tinge to it. That's weird. I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it. What's wrong with it? Ain't got no gas in it. What's wrong with it? Ain't got no gas in it. See how it runs. Got it going now. That's draining down over to here, draining that way. Well, we got that all pumped out, and if I go down the ladder and stand there, it's like 2 feet of silt in there, so I have no idea what to even do right now. This sucks. I'm gonna have to get a pump, put it over there overnight or something to pump it out, but everything keeps washing in there. I mean, even off the bank there, it just washes right into that. I don't know what to do, but we'll figure it out. Got the Mini fired up. We'll try to fix this up, get as close as we can, and try digging it out, or I don't know, maybe put down some 1.5-inch stone or 3-inch stone or something. I don't know, but I'll pick up with you guys in a bit here. What's going on, guys? So, update. I have decided to call it quits to the Mini and bring in the big machine, because I tried to fix that corner right there. Whoa, the gas can's gonna fall. I tried to fix that corner right there, make it flat again, and when I started to drive on it, I started to sink because all the material underneath it is all soaking wet, and it's just mudsliding, so I can't even get over there to dig any of that out or that corner and continue even where I was working. The only way I'd be able to continue working is if I sat right there, which my machine can't reach that far, obviously, because it's a Mini. So I mean, if this was more of an open site, I would have brought in my big machine anyways, but I thought maybe that I would be able to slip in my Mini and do it that way, just because of how tight it was, which was working at first, but with all this rain we have and all the water washing in there and silt and mud that just run into it, you know, I get something dug at elevation and then everything slides in. So I think the best course of action is the big excavator. So unfortunately I have to take down more fence, but it is what it is. I think if we can sit there and I can pretty much reach to where my ladder is, I can dig all that out, get the rest of that tank out of there. I can stockpile what I can on that side, and then the rest is gonna have to go in the driveway, pretty much with the Mini sitting. How I'm gonna get the tank in here after that, I don't know. I haven't thought about that yet, but we'll figure something out. But I think the only option at this point is to bring in the big machine. So we are scrambling this morning, or I should say this afternoon, to pack everything up and head to where the big machine is at that demo job. And I already called the towing company. They're gonna come out there today, which is awesome. Thank you, Red's Towing. Those guys have always been, oh come on, hang on, I'll use you guys for a second. Those guys have always been awesome to deal with, so we got them on their way. They're gonna be there at 2. We're gonna get that thing here today and hopefully do something. So oh yeah, that's what's going on here. And it's all about the adapting and overcoming. So we're moving forward here. Got a plan. Hopefully the big machine works, and yeah, get this dug out, stoned, and be out of here. What's going on, everybody? So back here another day. Got the big machine here yesterday. I didn't record any of that just because I wanted to get it here and get it done. Took another section of fence out, so we're opened up now as far as we can. At least this way. Maybe we can take that down and get a little bit more room, but I don't really want to touch that if I don't have to. Here's our hole this morning. It's actually not that bad. This place actually dried up quite a bit. But yeah, there's our hole this morning. It's definitely taken on some water, but it's not as bad as it was yesterday. I mean, yesterday it was like another 2 feet, 3 feet up, so yeah, it was covering that thing entirely, so not bad. Still gonna have to take care of it though. I might just do it with a bucket and swing it over that way because there was just a lot of water yesterday, so I don't know, I'll see what I'm gonna do, but plus that's a bigger bucket, so it won't take as long as it would with a mini. But yeah, we're gonna start digging for this today with the big machine. Gotta find out kind of where to put material and stuff and pack it in here, but other than that, that's pretty much it, and we'll pick up with you guys once we start digging. What's going on, everybody? So, yeah, bringing the big machine in here was a huge help. That sped things up significantly. Yeah, at this point, it's just a matter of getting the material in there. That sloppy stuff is right there. I don't really know how I feel about that being there. I'm afraid it's going to roll in, but yeah, I decided I probably should pump the hole first because I can't really turn where I'm at. So I'm going to have to, not without spilling water everywhere, and I don't think the neighbor's going to want any of this water, so I'm going to pump it out, and then that way I can dig, and I can turn around and bail it that way. So, yeah, we're going to pump this hole out. You guys already saw yesterday what the process is, so we're going to do a little bit of YouTube magic in 3, 2, 1. Just like that, that hole's pretty well empty. Try not to suck the silt up from the bottom. I stood there and just held the nozzle, you know, a little bit off the bottom of the floor in there. So that's pretty much all I can get. The rest of it's going to get built up by the excavator. I'm going to shoot an elevation now, see where I'm at, and make sure we got enough for plenty of stone under there because we're going to need a lot of it. All right, talk to you guys later. Alright everybody, closing out this video for the day. Today's Friday. I think it's right around 6 o'clock. Yeah, 6 o'clock. We're done for the day, done for the weekend. We got this huge pile of fill sitting in the driveway here with, of course, our silt protection. Got the mini stuffed in there, Hitachi there. I think at some point this pile is gonna end up over there. That's really the only choice we have. Got our white snow fence, or orange snow fence up for protection. There's our hole. Hopefully she doesn't move too much over the weekend, but we'll see. Yeah, but I'm tired. It's been a long week. We're not doing too bad as far as elevations go and everything else, so I just gotta pull it back, I think, another foot on this closest end, but I know it's gonna slide in over the weekend, so I'm just gonna leave it and then address it Monday. Monday is gonna be moving material around day. Later and then last thing Monday before the gravel pit closes, they're bringing me some stone, and then Tuesday stone day, and Wednesday is tank day. Hopefully. Monday's supposed to rain. I'm not looking forward to it. A little nervous about it actually, but we'll see. It is what it is. We gotta roll the punches. I ended up digging out the bottom of where the tank's going about 3 feet deeper than it needs to be, so hopefully that's deep enough to where we can add in a lot of stone and the tank will sit on there and not squish or move or anything. So doing the best I can. Obviously gotta do this right, so anyways, yeah, we're shutting it down for the weekend and we'll be back Monday, possibly Sunday maybe, to do a little bit, but I got some other things I have to tend to Sunday. It's just on these big jobs like this, you could let the little stuff slide, and looking at jobs and everything else, and then you get off these jobs, you have nothing. So I'm trying to balance all that right now while also trying to get this done. But yeah, and I still gotta move that skid steer off that other job you guys saw. So hoping this dries up a bit too. I mean, this is pretty mucky. I don't want to stick my boot in it too much. I just wash my boots, but yeah, this stuff's pretty mucky. So I'm hoping that this dries up over the weekend. I know you're supposed to spread it to kind of let it dry, but there's no room to spread it here. I'm not gonna take up the whole driveway spreading it, and there's just not enough silt sock here, so I think this will be fine the way we have it now. Whatever dries, dries. I mean, we won't need it for a little bit anyways. But yeah, that's what we got going on today. We will we'll pick up with you guys Monday. Have a good weekend, guys.